And the really funny thing about, like I would say, especially with Chris, is that Chris was kind of he didn't hold court with all these people talking to all these. He kind of went off on his own a little bit more. Chris stayed very spiritual, very his whole thing was, starting Blind Justice with what he would call the AGC posse, which was All God's Children. He had a very, very interesting, mission. Pete and Chris, the band was fully sober, fully set up on this mission. But as the band progressed, and it kind of took a different turn. And I think kind of Pete, unfortunately, consumed by some of the more evil stuff, and Chris tried to stay on the path, on a kind of more of a lighter path. And I think that's where those two, kind of broke away from each other. Later on, we all know what happened with Pete.
I was the second drummer in Blind Justice from 1990 to 1992, and I learned a lot. I was the young guy in the band. They're all older than me and much more experienced, so it was a lot of fun. And we, body makeup and spiking our hair.
Oh, I love Tony the Beef. Pete, for some reason, had this idea that he wanted a second drummer. Pete brought Tom to one of the rehearsals. It was very interesting because what they would do was as far as drum parts, they both had different drum parts, and they would even split up the kick drum parts. So it would almost be like a double kick, but one of the kicks was coming from Pete, one of them was coming from Tom. And for a lot of the songs Tom would play, but if Tom didn't have any parts to play, he would strike a pose and he wouldn't move.
I always wanted to get a situation where we could play together because we were such good friends. He was the best man at my wedding.